Starfield didn't release on Xbox One, but you can still play and enjoy it on that 10-year-old console. It's of course not natively available, but you do have access to it using cloud gaming with your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So how does playing it this way on the Xbox One compare to the Series S and X versions? Well, there are some good things about gaming on the cloud. For one, there's no download required, whereas on the Series S and X, Starfield needs over 100 gigabytes of storage space. And I think that's about the only good thing here. The worst part of cloud gaming is the input delay you do get from your controller. I did a little experiment here. On my Series X, the input delay is about 7 frames. On Xbox Cloud, that input delay jumps to almost double, 12 frames. And that's a pretty big difference. You'll notice it while playing, especially when you're trying to shoot down enemies. I found myself just struggling to aim at times. Starfield is of course a big release, which means the servers are usually always busy. Currently, you do have to wait about 15 minutes to get into the game. But what about when there is no lineup? Without the wait, how long will it take to load up the game? Well, I tried during one quiet Monday morning, and Xbox One takes over 2 minutes to get into the game from dashboard. The Series S and X take about 1 minute and 40 seconds. Series S and X also have quick resume, which gets you back into Starfield in 12 to 16 seconds. Now, once you are in the game, things actually aren't that bad. You'll be doing a lot of fast traveling. That's in fact one of the complaints about Starfield. With Xbox One, it actually takes about the same amount of time to fast travel as the Series S and X. In this identical example on all 3 consoles, it takes about 27 seconds. Changing zones, going into buildings is also similar on all 3 consoles, taking about 5 seconds. Let's now talk about the graphics. Xbox Cloud seems to be running the game at low graphics settings. The amount of detail, the shadows are just worse than the Series X as well as the Series S. Resolution is of course lower as expected. It's likely around 600p native, and if you do have a bad internet connection, it might actually get even worse. Now, that might not be a problem if you're playing on a small screen, maybe on your iPhone, but on the Xbox One with a big screen TV, you'll notice the lower resolution. Overall though, I think it's okay. It's one of the better experiences I've had gaming on the cloud, and Starfield on the cloud actually looks better than what I expected. Let's now talk about the performance. Recapping the Series S and X performance, both of those consoles run the game at 30 FPS, and it's a fairly stable frame rate for almost all of the game. The only areas where you do see drops are in the major cities. Xbox Cloud still targets about 30 FPS. Is it a stable 30 FPS? No, not really. You'll still get the drops in the major cities, but here there's also drops in all the other areas as well. There's also an issue with frame pacing. Things just aren't as smooth as running it natively on the Series S and X. The frames are kind of all over the place, and when you do combine the bad frame pacing with the input delay from your controller, you're gonna have a pretty frustrating experience, especially in firefights. So if you're looking for a 60 FPS experience on Starfield, really the only way to do it is a gaming PC, and you do need a decent build. I was able to run very close to 60 FPS on my build here with a 7th gen i7 CPU and RTX 3080 GPU. With all that said, the results I got here are actually better than I expected. My experience with cloud gaming in the past has been pretty negative, and I just don't like to game on the cloud. So going into this, I had really no expectations, but I'm surprised that the game and the servers are really stable, and Starfield is still very much playable on the cloud. You do have to get used to the input delay, but once you do, playing Starfield on Xbox One using cloud gaming is still a good option if that's really all you have. So that's what you need to know about playing Starfield on Xbox One. For the rest of the video, check out some more gameplay on that little console.
Actually, Walter has been complaining about you more than usual, which is always a sign when he's worried.
Something I can do for you, friend. Well now, always happy to have a visitor. Tell me, what brings you by, friend? Little light on credits, are you? How'd I save us both some time and deal with you right now? Celebrate.